Hello, my producer friends. Welcome back to a new Dive in Live tutorial. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to use Wavetable, and especially the MIDI part in Wavetable, to create super interesting patches. I will show you how you can make a patch and use velocity to trigger the filter or the oscillator position, and thus creating way more interesting stuff. I have let me put the filter back up. I have a lead here. By the way, if you're unfamiliar with sound design or what I'm explaining, I do have beginners courses which are covering sound design, advanced courses that are covering 2 weeks of sound design. These are both 8 weeks courses. If you want, check them out on lessonsinlive.com. Let me know if you would like to follow one of the courses. We can do an intake and see if the course suits you, and you can learn all about this cool stuff. So I have here a MIDI pattern. And you can see the velocity is going soft, loud, soft, loud, soft, and loud. So with only velocity, it's nice. I could maybe move the filter a bit down, automate this. But there's another way to create cool patches. So if you put the filter a bit down, you could say in the MIDI matrix, if I click on something, it will appear here in the MIDI. And you see filter 2 resonance. If I click frequency, it says filter 1 frequency. What if I move this up? It will cause the filter to respond to whatever velocity I have. So a softer note will have the filter a bit more closed, and a louder note will have the filter a bit more open. Watch what happens. Cool, right? We can do the same with the oscillator position, which is this guy. So it will actually jump from a saw wave to a square wave. Let's see what happens. Super nice, right? We can get all these sort of variations in there. You can also do it with note. So if the note, wherever you play the note on the keyboard, will have a different oscillator position in this case, or a different filter position in this case, or change the pitch in this case, or have a different volume in this case. Sometimes handy. It's called keyboard tracking. It's sometimes handy to have, like, if you play louder, you play higher, sometimes the filter gets, if you open the filter in a higher note, for instance, it gets too loud. So with this value, you can correct this, and you can do all kinds of crazy stuff as well with it. Then you have the pitch bend, which you can assign to things. There's all these, also the aftertouch and whatnot. But there's also this random. So if I would have this off, I can also just make the oscillator position and the filter frequency go random. So now it's super random. We can also make it inverted, so do a minus, like you saw on one of my other tutorials on the filter envelopes, for instance. But yeah, this is a really cool way. And also, I have a bass line set up here. And the bass line has more notes, but also a lot of velocity changes. What happens if we're gonna add this here? We go to frequency, it gets added. Oscillator position maybe also. That's super cool. And you can do anything, if you click on something, let's say time here. The time, maybe we want to have every note, if it's louder, that's just a bit longer. Now that will also go. We can also do that to our lead. Let's go to the matrix, click on time, go back to MIDI, and open this guy. It's super cool. I really like this technique. It's a great way to create patches or patterns which are a bit more interesting than just one melody playing. So you can do this to your melody, to your bass line. You can really get those notes jumping around and do all kinds of crazy stuff. So anything that you can click on will be, like, if I want to do if I have, for instance, some FM going on here, I can also have the FM amount be triggered by velocity. Creates another layer of variation. So yeah, this sort of like mapping in this matrix of Wavetable is super handy. And I know there's a lot of synths out there and you can buy a lot of synths, but it's also really cool to master maybe Operator or Wavetable really in full. During my advanced course, we always make a track with one synth, and yeah, if you choose Operator or Wavetable to make one full track and learn really everything about sound design, you can really make interesting tracks. So I hope you like this and that it inspires you to make a new track. And please let me know how you liked the video, and if you want, you can put a comment, or you can put a request in for a video that you want me to make. And yeah, enjoy. See you soon.